Support for this podcast comes from listeners and St. Alphonsus Health System, a regional network of hospitals, clinics, and care providers. St. Alphonsus offers comprehensive healthcare services to individuals and families throughout the community. More information about services and locations is available at stalphonsus.org.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's Daily News. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. Well, it's been nearly a month since Election Day, but believe it or not, some Idaho voters will go back to the polls this week because some contests still have to be settled. We've got that story, and plus we'll tell you why some international visitors will be paying more to enter our parks. It is Monday, December 1st. Here we go with today's stories. In October, we teamed up with Investigate West to bring you a series of reports on how a number of women inmates said they had been sexually abused by the very people who were charged with their safety. More than 24 women told reporters how they had been raped, assaulted, coerced, or harassed by Idaho prison workers while they were incarcerated. But no one in a position to do something about it believed them. The Idaho Department of Correction and Idaho State Police initially marked the allegations as unfounded. But in a new email, IDOC now says it is reopening at least one of those cases. Whitney Bryan is with Investigate West.
I have a statement from the governor's office that says that they are planning to review, or they have asked the Department of Corrections Board of Correction to review the cases that we brought forth in the investigation.
Investigate West found that since 2020, there had been at least 59 documented allegations of staff sexually abusing imprisoned women. This coming Wednesday, the Idaho Department of Correction Board will be asked to conduct a review of Investigate West's findings and the allegations from the alleged victims. The group behind Idaho's Abortion Rights Initiative has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars from wealthy donors this past year. James Dawson has an update.
Idahoans United for Women and Families has collected more than $385,000 in 2025, nearly entirely from state residents. That figure only counts donations that are $1,000 or larger. Contributions smaller than that are not required to be reported until January 10th. Melanie Falwell is the group's executive director.
I think a lot of folks who are donating, contributing, volunteering, rowing this boat with us is convinced that the only way we get this done is ourselves.
Organizers say smaller dollar donations will substantially add to that total once they're reported. If voted into law, the initiative would block legislators from restricting abortion access before the point of fetal viability. It would also protect access to birth control and fertility treatments like IVF. The campaign needs to collect about 70,000 valid signatures from across the state by next spring to qualify for the ballot. James Dawson, Boise State Public Radio News.
It has now been nearly a month since Election Day, but some contests will be settled this week. Some elections haven't been settled because candidates had not secured at least half of the vote in their community. So, in the city of Pocatello, there will be a mayoral runoff between Greg Cates and Mark Dahlquist. And in Idaho Falls, there will be a mayoral runoff between Jeffrey Aldrich and Lisa Burtonshaw. So voters go back to the polls tomorrow in those communities. Christmas tree permits are now available on the Boise and Payette National Forests. Permits are $10 and are available at local Forest District offices. Each permit allows for one tree to be cut with a limit of 3 permits per family. Indeed, our parks thrive due to visitors, but in the new year, international tourists will be charged an extra fee to enter some of our national parks. Rachel Cohen reports.
For non-U.S. residents, it'll cost $100 per person for a day pass to 11 of the most popular national parks. That's on top of a standard entrance fee. The Trump administration is calling this America First pricing. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum says it'll mean international visitors will contribute their fair share to maintaining and improving parks for future generations. In our region, it'll apply at the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, Grand Teton, Zion, Bryce Canyon, Glacier, and Rocky Mountain National Parks. The nonprofit Property and Environment Research Center estimates the surcharge could bring in $55 million annually at Yellowstone alone. For U.S. residents, the Interior Department is designating 8 free entry days at parks, and annual passes will remain at $80. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Rachel Cohen.
And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here Tuesday. You can stay in touch with the news anytime by going to our website. We are at boisestatepublicradio.org. Tell your friends and family about The Connector and how they can find it wherever they find their favorite podcasts. For now, to you, thanks for listening.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The horses away to carry the sleigh wide and drift.
Gemma, isn't that a song from one of my very favorite Peanut specials?
Yeah, George, it is. It's from a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Now, remember, this is where the gang takes a trip to have Thanksgiving dinner with Charlie's grandma.
It's a lot like so many folks in Idaho who travel to see family during Thanksgiving or the Christmas holiday.
So, George, if you're traveling this holiday season around Idaho, keep your eyes open for possible stories for our Idaho 44 series.
That's right. You're gathering stories from all of Idaho's 44 counties.
Just remember, folks, if you're traveling over the holidays and maybe you see a story idea somewhere, send us a quick email. Just go to idahomatters@boisestate.edu.
And can it be any kind of story?
It can be anything.
So cool. Can I tell you, I just love Charlie Brown.
I mean, who doesn't, George?
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The horses away to carry the sleigh wide and drift in snow. Over the river and through the woods, oh how the wind does blow. It stings to toes and bites the nose. Over the ground